is chill. Look, my roots. Baby, you're coming from the right. My roots are crazy. Hi, look, she's staring at you.
Latte.
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 I love that cat.
She's so cute.
I want like 5 more of them.
This is the closest she's come.
Miss Latte.
Miss Latte comes.
I wish you would cuddly.
Psst, 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 psst. Hey, pookies! We're back with another video.
Yay.
Woo! So over here we have the lovely and gorgeous and amazing Natalie. Over here we have the beautiful and talented, amazing Madison. That stumbles.
We have the
Sophia.
drop dead, gorgeous, stunning.
Guys, you gonna make me act up.
Sophia Crisanti. Okay, that's it.
So what are we talking about today, guys?
You were talking our video. Maddie, what are we talking about today?
Oh.
Should I wait a minute?
Alrighty. We are talking a lot about Zach Bryan.
And
Bree.
yeah.
Chicken fry.
So, as you guys know, this is like common knowledge at this point. She was offered $12 million.
Well, we're just jumping right into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going right.
Okay, let's go.
I support.
Oh, are we not doing that?
No.
I was going to say, if you don't know who Brianna Chicken Fry is, she is one of the co-stars on the BFF podcast.
And yeah, on Barstool as well, I think, yeah.
And Zach Bryan is a famous country singer. We would say country, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Country singer.
He's like, I don't even want to say, he's not low key, but like he was.
No, he's famous.
Yeah, he's
He's a well-known artist. I know his name, and I guess I know some of his songs, so he's well-known.
But he's like a newly well-known, right?
Yeah,
newly well. That's
Yeah.
that's what I should have said.
Yeah.
In the last like 2 or 3 years, I think.
Thank you, Mr. Producer. But yeah. And they dated for 3 years, and now they broke up, and this is what we know. Now you can jump into it.
Yeah, sorry guys, I was a little enthusiastic about the conversation.
She's like, notes? Got it.
Notes. Anyways, guys, so she was offered a $12 million NDA for it would last for like 3 years. So it'd be $4 million basically per year by Zach Bryan's team.
No, I thought he was dropping 12 mil right then and there for her NDA, and it just added up to 4 million per So they dated for 3 years. So he was giving her 4 million per year they were together, and he was just dropping the 12 mil right then and there.
No, I don't think he would have been able to do that.
No.
Not at least not that much.
Now my mind's blown even more. Okay.
Yeah, no, because if you could just throw 12 million down, that'd be kind of crazy. But no, I thought it was like a partial amount.
I wonder what his
each
net
Well,
time.
worth
Mr. Producer also agreed with you guys, so I'm wrong.
What is his
Mr. Producer.
net worth?
Mr. Producer.
And then yeah, so she was offered that by Zach Bryan's team, and she did not take it.
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
And
proud
kind
of
of.
her. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. What were we gonna say?
Proud
No,
of her.
nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm searching up what his net worth.
Maddie,
Oh, yeah.
I love you so much, but you never put the microphone like right up to your face.
I'm mysterious.
She's secret. She just wants to know what's going on.
Please hold. Zach Bryan's. What's his net worth? What's your guess?
And what is net worth? Like how much he is, like what he's worth?
100 mil.
In like total. I think.
2 billion.
It says 1 million to 15 million. So I don't know where.
I was way too.
About
I
10 to
lost.
15.
100 mil.
Don't worry, I put 2 billion and I was way off. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not judging.
That seems really well. Then that would make sense about the 12 mil not being all at once. Because if his net worth is like only 1 mil,
You know, you only win some, you lose some. I
You
don't know what to
do.
tell you.
you do. You win some, you lose some.
It's so hard to tell, though, to be honest, because he has to spend money to make it with his concerts. So,
Facts.
That's true.
so I don't know. He probably has a lot more money than we actually know of. Or he.
Well, apparently he's done this to multiple women he's dated, even not well-known ones, because I think Brianna Chicken Fry is the first celebrity he's dated or outwardly has dated.
Oh, yeah, he's offered them NDAs as well. Like yeah.
Even girlfriends that he's, like, random girls that he's, like, had a fling with, he's offered them money in an NDA.
Why make these relationships then? Just stay single.
Scary.
Like, if you're scared of, like, your actions and things that you've done, just don't do it.
Would we? I don't know. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
Props to her.
For not taking it, I know.
Yeah, because I
I
know
like
she was
her- I
going
would- I
back
would
and
have
forth
no
on
idea.
it.
Yeah, I liked her reasoning for it, though. She was like, I wanted to take it to, like, get a house or, like, to help my family. But she's like, you know, I am a well-known person, and I will be a well-known person. She's like, I may not sell out. Sorry.
No, you're good. That's okay, because that's where I was going to go right into it anyways.
Go right into it.
Because, like, that video, I can't remember where she posted that. Was that to her YouTube, the video of her?
I thought that was on the podcast that she talked about it.
It was before that, so she was, like, alone when she was talking about
on
that.
her bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because she was saying that she has, it's not like she's a nobody.
No, like,
she's
she
an
was
influencer.
somebody
She's, like,
before.
And she works for one of the biggest companies, like Barstool Entertainment. She works for Barstool. So, like, she's a known person, and she's one of the only females that is part of the I think she's the only female that's
Yeah,
ever been
one
part of
of
the BFF podcast.
Yeah.
And so, like, to be in a male-dominated podcast and profession with Dave Portnoy.
Well, even the Barstool one, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, both of them.
Well, Dave Portnoy's the one that created Barstool.
Oh, right.
So that's what I'm saying. So like the fact that like she's even in that, she's very well known. She's like, and she made herself and everything.
She didn't need no man.
She don't need no man.
Yeah, I know.
To work too, even while dating with him.
Yeah, and that's what I like. That's what I liked when she was like, I could have taken the money, but she's like, you know what? I'm well known enough that I was never just his girlfriend. I was Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan. She goes, it wasn't him making me. I made myself. I will continue to make myself famous and all this stuff. Like
He wanted her to quit. Like, he wanted her to quit the podcast, right?
with Grace.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
like, yeah, you don't need to do that. Like, what, just be a stay-at-home girlfriend for
Well, he
you?
wanted to do a podcast with her, and then he wasn't going to do anything with her. He just wanted to do it for himself.
Yeah.
But he didn't want anything for her, which makes no sense. Because she would be making it, not as much as him, obviously, but she would be making a lot of money when he was on his downtime, not doing stuff.
And either
Right.
way, it's like your guys are two different people.
Two entities,
Yeah.
two separate entities.
What happens if you guys broke up within the 6 months? You know,
Like they
and now
did.
she doesn't have a job because you told her just.
You would have left
would've
her
been horrible.
stranded.
She could have
You
definitely.
got facts. I didn't even think about that.
Like,
Facts.
that's crazy. What would you do? Like,
Thankfully, she's an independent
Barstool's
queen.
not gonna take you back.
Yeah, no, like, if you
If you
quit.
cut him off.
I feel like Dave, how he's taking it, he's being like a father figure or like an older brother.
Extremely supportive.
And everyone on Barstool is being extremely supportive on the BFF podcast. So I feel like they would have taken her back knowing what they do know. And now we're finding out more of.
Well, seeing how she was, like, isolated from, like, her friends and family, like, they could have just been like, well, that's probably what happened here. Like, she was being
Yeah.
isolated from her job.
Which is horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, Dave Portnoy is like one of the most well-off YouTubers because of his Barstool. That he is just as famous and probably just as wealthy as Zach Bryan. That he's known Zach Bryan for a while before knowing, like before Brianna and them have dated. So that would make sense that like he knows a lot more about him before they dated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So continue, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's basically what I was going to talk about was her video of her on the floor, where like she would have, if she went through with this NDA, she'd have to sign away like what she went through, and she wouldn't be able to talk about it. And like that's important to be able to have that.
Your experience in silencing a woman.
Yeah, right. Like, what is that? How could you do that?
The quick head turn.
Like
Sorry,
that's
we
her
laugh-
story.
We laugh
You
because
know,
it's an uncomfortable story, and it's
Yeah.
really unfortunate. We don't laugh to make fun of it. It's just
that's how we deal with the trauma.
It's crazy.
Like, I just feel so bad for her. Like, and I wouldn't, like, if I was in her situation, I wouldn't want to be shut up about it. Like, even if she chose not to talk about it, it's still her story and her experience to like
You shouldn't
have.
have to sign an NDA because something awful happened to you. Like,
Right.
you should be able to, like you, I think both of you or maybe one of you said, like, she needs to be able to explain her situation if she wants to and if she chooses to.
Yeah.
You can't make someone not tell their story.
Yeah.
Like, who never knows? Most of these women probably would have never told their story because people don't like to talk about it. Like, I know one of the things we talked about before filming this was that she was embarrassed. That's why she didn't want to post a lot of videos or a lot of
Trying
receipts.
to keep it private.
Because she was embarrassed that she stayed with him through these situations. It's like, you never know if she even would have said anything if you didn't throw an NDA at her. NDA at her because she could have been through embarrassment or just so many things.
Yeah, and what she said at the beginning of her video too, she's like, you know, like I wanted to keep quiet about this. I wanted to leave this out, but like now I'm being forced to talk about it.
Because he posted it on his Instagram.
Yeah, he threw her out.
He
So
threw her under the bus.
Like he did with his wife.
And he expected everyone to run at him because he is so popular.
But you know what's crazy? I feel like none of this would have come out if he wasn't dating a celebrity. Because she is a celebrity. It doesn't matter what list.
Yeah.
She is a celebrity. Like, again, she's on BFF podcast.
Yeah.
A very well-known podcast with a very well-known creator. So it's just kind of crazy that, like, I don't know, that he didn't think nothing was going to happen, no repercussion.
he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna offer this money. And
Well, you know, if
Make
it
her
worked
be
in
quiet.
the past.
yeah,
But
that's
with
true.
not celebrities.
Yeah,
like,
that
with
is
people
true.
that probably need money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, not saying that, like, they're not well off, but, like, probably people that don't make...
aren't as
$1 million.
financially successful as her.
I mean, if I had $12 million right now, ooh, how nice.
I'd be like, you know what? No.
I'm gonna say, maybe someone needs to date Zach Bryan so that we can get 12 mil.
Oh gosh, I already have my own.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I already have my own.
Any of us, none of you need trauma.
No,
so no.
I'm good.
I'm good.
More trauma, not allowed.
I'm safe right here.
Actually, I'm good.
Yeah, no, literally, actually, everything we talked about was everything I was gonna say.
Oh, so
Cause
sorry.
no, that's okay. Cause yeah, like we said, she was successful before when she didn't have him. She doesn't need it really, and taking it would be a constant reminder of him and like having that control over her, like him still being in control.
That is true.
And she's gonna be successful without him and after him. So
Yeah, because she was before, and now she's gonna be successful after. Yeah.
right.
But I also like that she said, I like how she did say, like, how she was going to use it to buy a house that was going to help her family, or that was, like, going to start her so that she'd be closer to her family, because she lives in California, and then she was going to move where he bought a house for them when they were dating, near her family, so she was going to buy a house there to, like, be closer to her family, or to help her family with all this money, and it's like, she thought, well, every day I walk in the house, I'm going to think of you, because I used your money to buy it.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? That is true. Like, that's...
He'll just always have like a hold over her that, you know, and it's not even
It's like
really
dirty
necessary.
money.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, it's like dirty money that you're accepting and, like, being like, okay. Not, like, shaming her if she did take the money or anyone that has, but, like, that's how, like, I'm sure she was thinking of it.
Yeah.
That's why she was so back and forth on it. It's a really hard choice to make.
$12 million?
Like, that's $12 million. Like, like, that's not just, like... And I know it wouldn't all be at once, but still, like, that could supplement you for, like,
Well, imagine
a
if you put
while.
it into, like, a savings account or, like, a bond or something that could, like,
Where it
get
builds up,
insurance
yeah.
on it. And, like,
Stocks, retirement, 401.
She'd be set for life.
could you imagine?
But I'm glad...
Just imagine.
I'm glad that she decided to speak out, though, and not take it, because I feel like people need to know this about him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like a lot of the Zach Bryan hasn't come out. Like, I didn't even know about his wife that he divorced when she was,
When she was,
I was going to say aborted, but that's not right.
deployed! Mr. Producer, thank you.
When she was deployed,
Yeah.
he, like, divorced her. I didn't know that till Maddie said it, and all this came
Yeah.
out when Brianna Chicken Fry and him broke up. So none of that would have even came out, like, knowing all the awful things he's done to women and his ex-wife, unless they dated.
Yeah.
And, like, she did say something, and then they could have put more pieces together. So that's nice. That's the one nice thing, is that, like, more people can, like, know about him and, like, hopefully not
I
date
wonder
him.
if the ex-wife signed a...
NDA?
Yeah.
Well, how did people find out that
Well, was it from Brianna, or was it because...
I feel like she wouldn't know that.
feel like he wouldn't have been honest about that situation when they were dating.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's a good question. But I don't think he was making that amount of money when he divorced her because she could have probably taken, because he probably didn't have a prenup beforehand because he wasn't famous when he married her. So probably because she probably was getting money anyways because he divorced her. So they would have had to have a settlement and stuff. So I don't know. Good question though. Good question. Good thoughts.
We'll come back to that one.
Okay, Maddie, your turn.
Okay. So,
No.
this is the hard part about it.
Oof.
We're getting more into the details. So, we're talking kind of about what Brianna endured while dating Zach. So, after Brianna went on tour with Zach, but when she went on tour, he said he didn't want to go to take a break, but proceed to throw parties.
So, yeah, he went on tour. She went with him for like months. Then when they came back, it was time for her tour. And he's like, oh, I want to take a break. You know, I've been going and going. She's like, yeah, I get that. But instead of him like chilling, he was throwing these blowout parties. When she was there supporting you on tour, you can't support her on tour?
That's terrible.
Isn't that horrible?
It's very hypocritical.
Yeah, because like she stopped her life for you. Like even on BFF podcast, she didn't film a lot of podcasts with them because she was on tour. Or like that's why she was on FaceTime or Skype or whatever.
Like she was still working while
Yeah.
trying to be supportive of him.
Yeah, and like I guess he did pop-ups and stuff, which I don't know what a pop-up is, but I feel like that's towards like albums and stuff they said, which that makes sense because he's working, but he could have done that afterwards. Like it wasn't like a necessity right now, but the throwing parties is a big absolute no. Like,
Yeah. Like, why are you gonna be like that? And then
like you purposely choose not to like go and support your girlfriend who supported you throughout your whole thing.
That's just mean. Like,
Okay.
just a lack of care for his girl.
Girl.
no thoughtfulness.
No, not very mindful.
Not very tomato.
May that love never find me.
Facts. Literally.
I'm being so for real.
What is that from? Is that from something or that just came through
It's
your
just
head?
like a thing,
It's a
like on
thing going around.
TikTok or
That's
I don't know if it's on anything else, but it's like may that love never find me, and it will be like the worst
Like, it's
situation ever.
No, I love that though. I love
Like-
saying that. May that love never find me. I love that.
It would be like oh, here's an example, like a mama's boy, like a dude that like will
May that
defend
love
his
never find
yeah,
me
like
ever
a dude
again.
that like
Thank God it
will
did not.
only side with his mom and not you, and like the mom is like incredibly jealous of you or something.
Yeah, that's like,
That's like a may that love never find me.
that's like common though to a degree.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
someone that's dated someone like that. Can you guess who?
I wonder.
That might ring a bell or two. Party. Ay. Well, anyways, like I said, may it never find me. At her birthday, he got drunk and got mad at her friends and made them cry. And I think he says that. And
So, yeah, sorry. So Brianna, I like wrote them wrong because I forgot. So Brianna, it was her birthday party and they were there the night before, and at midnight, she was supposed to stay up at midnight. Everyone would sing to her because that's when her birthday like started and everything. Well, she, like at first, because I switched it up, sorry. At first she like was texting him and was like, hey, like, are you coming to my party? I really want you there. And he's like, I don't want to go. She's like, that's okay, you don't have to come. He's like, no, I'll go. But like, I don't know why I have to go to this. Like, he kept like making her feel bad. And she was like, if you don't want to go, like, don't come. Like just
She
don't
was
come.
very grateful that he got the house for like
Yeah.
them to stay at and all of that. And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm really thankful for that, but like if you're not wanting to go, then
don't
like
come.
then don't
Well,
come.
that's fine.
She knew it was gonna be a problem already.
And I guess he like allegedly has drinking issues. And so he was drinking at the party, and she saw that he was like kind of like spitting back at her friends, like saying like things like, you're not like going to amount to anything, you're not special. Which, like, could you imagine if Mr. Producer just one day looked at you and was like, I don't know why you try, because you're not going to amount to anything. Like, that would not be okay.
I'd cry.
I
would rot.
So quick.
I do that too. I'd be like, Natalie!
Well, so Brianna saw that this was happening, and so she's like, oh, like, she's like, okay, so I thought I would go to sleep and he would follow, because I noticed that he was getting more heated and like saying mean things to my friends. So she was like, okay, if I go to bed, he's gonna follow. Well, one of her friends was like, but Brianna, it's like not midnight yet. Like, are you
Like,
sure?
what are you doing? It's going to be your
Yeah,
birthday.
it's gonna be your birthday. Like, don't go to bed. Like, what are you doing? She's like, no, I'm gonna go to bed. She goes to the room and she realizes he's not following. Well, like, I don't know the timeline, but eventually she hears people crying, and she's like,
She woke up to noises.
yeah,
like,
and her aunt is like trying to talk him down, like trying to communicate to him, and he's like yelling at her, and like I was like, oh my gosh, the fact that like an adult had to talk to another adult was like, you need to calm down. Like, he was saying like really hurtful things to his, like, already saying that they would never amount to anything and that they're not like worthy.
That's like
or
a
something.
low blow. Like, how did that even escalate to that point?
I have no idea.
he's just jealous of like the friendship that she has with like other people. Like, he doesn't want her to have relationships with anyone else.
Well, like, I agree with like on her birthday, and
It's
he
always
did
the
it at my
birthday.
birthday dinner.
Dude, it's always the birthday. It's always when she had her best like achievements. Anything that
Like
she
the
did for
Golden
her,
Globe
yeah,
or
anything she
something.
did for herself, he had to ruin it.
Well, like, Dewey Nutham said, like, oh, I hate to say it, but narcissism. But it is. It's total narcissistic tendencies. Anything that wasn't about him, he had to make about him, or he had to, like, ruin for her.
Anything that she did alone, you know, anything that she accomplished.
Foot cramp, sorry.
Oh, I know you're good. Got a Charlie horse.
I hate that.
Charlie horse.
Don't say that.
Do I have a noise for this?
Do the
Crickets.
horse or something? Is there
Do
like
the-
a horse sound?
Oh, a horse?
But,
No.
yeah, no horse noises. Everything's fine. Did you just vomit? Okay.
Same.
Oh, sorry, bless you. But like he did this, and she woke up to that. So then and on her birthday, and so then she took him to bed, and he like threw glass or something.
Yeah, he like made loud noises with the glass. I don't know exactly what that was about,
and
but
I was like, hearing this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's actually scary.
and like in front of her friends and family, like you have to be like on all levels of just like I don't care about
Audacity.
anybody. Yeah. Like,
how do you,
entitlement.
wake up in the morning and just sit down and have breakfast
and
with
feel
everyone?
like everything's fine.
Yeah. I think
I
that would
have-
be even more scary.
That would be more
Is the calm
embarrassing.
after the storm.
Oh my god, yeah, I would probably leave that person that night and be like, leave.
Yeah.
I made you guys eggs. I've been like,
Be like, I gotta go.
What do you mean? You told me I'd
don't
never
want
amount to
eggs.
anything. Your eggs are not amounting to anything.
I'm actually allergic. Like those.
I'm just gonna.
Actually, I'm allergic to your audacity. I gotta
I
go.
would have went home that night.
A fact.
I would have literally went home.
Yeah. So yeah, he did that. After hearing those two stories, I was like, in the Golden Globes thing where
Yeah.
she like posted like a carousel of like her photos, and he's like, I actually don't like that dress.
I don't like how you present yourself. I was like,
Okay, well, I don't like how you present yourself screaming on stage over nothing when obviously something's going on with you and you need to get checked. Allegedly.
I don't know.
may that love never find me.
What?
May that love never find me.
May that love never touch me, come near me, find its way towards me.
I just don't understand like how someone could do that to someone that they like love. I don't get it.
Because I don't think it's ever love with him. I think it's just he wants somebody to string.
But you know what's crazy is that he literally, I didn't write this down anymore, but he literally bought the house for her. They moved to her child home, like, state, like, not the actual home, but he bought a home from her, like, where her family's from and where she grew up. And he, like, they made videos, like, for their kids to see, like, he did
Yeah, the
all
little
this
video
stuff.
diaries.
Yeah, video diary for their kids to see and stuff. And he like talked about marriage and all this stuff, and it's like, why are you going so hard then? Like, if you're gonna be so nasty, Like,
Yeah,
if you
the
love that
nasty
person that
side.
much, like, I don't get it.
All that good is like gone. Like
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
talks about that. Everyone's talking about
The bad things.
birthday and like, cause
That's
it
all that
doesn't
matters.
Matter. The
Yeah.
not good, it will never compare to the nasty.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, how does someone, like, want to have kids with you and marry you and love you that much to, like, do all this stuff to then turn around and, like, throw glass and, like, make threats and stuff and say things to your best friends? Like, I don't.
He wanted to seem like the perfect person to her, I think. And
Yeah.
he did all that, like, almost to, like, I mean, I don't know if that was part of, like, the whole love bombing thing, but it almost seems like that. Like, he wanted to just make her feel so loved and cared for and all this stuff just to, like, immediately just, like, push her to the ground and, like try to
basically, like, step
Yeah.
on her.
yeah.
No, I don't. What I've learned recently from watching Mama June Family Crisis is that money doesn't solve things, and it seems like everything was money to him, like buying her a house.
Yeah, it's all for show.
Yeah, like it was something that like could be shown as a positive, but no one
Right.
could see unless Brianna talked about it,
Yeah.
which is sad. Because like everyone probably people probably think that she's lying already. Because they're like, how could someone do that to you if they bought you a house, or how could someone do that if they like did the video diaries? Like I don't, yeah.
Because they're fake.
Yep. Sorry, that's all.
Me.
My turn. My turn. Okay. Talking about Dave Portnoy. Do you guys know who Dave Portnoy is now?
I do now.
Yes.
I didn't know before this whole thing.
So Dave Portnoy background is that he is possibly getting sued by Zach's team, which I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure he is because he talked to Zach's team and like was standing up for Brianna and standing up for himself because they like told Brianna something. Zach's team told Brianna something about like, why would you talk to Dave Portnoy or something? But it wasn't Dave Portnoy that she was talking to. It's a whole confusing thing. And Brianna was supposed to get paid by Zach's team, or she was supposed to get money or something, and Dave was like,
It was something that was already established
Yes.
before the
breakup.
Yeah.
Or the NDA.
Yeah, it was before the NDA.
So before the NDA, there was like money that she was supposed to get, and they weren't like working with her, and they weren't giving her the money. So Dave was like, "Don't take their money. Like I'll just pay you," which is so nice that he is being so helpful in like this time, because I'm sure it's so confusing for her to like because also he was like secluding her. Like Zach was secluding her from everything, and all of a sudden to like come back and like get all this support must feel amazing
Right.
for her, especially like through work and stuff.
And I think Dave was calling them out on their BS because the team would, sorry, the team kept saying like, oh, like we can't send out this amount right now or whatever. And he was like, well, that's BS. Like, yes, you can.
Because he was like, I can do it, you can.
Right.
You make, like,
He's like, I can send $5 million like right now.
yeah.
Or like whatever example
Yeah.
he used.
And so he helped her with that. And he also said, like, because Brianna was like concerned to talk about this stuff, that like obviously she would get hit with like not a non-disclosure, but like a cease and desist to not talk about this, or like a defamation.
Mm-hmm.
She was scared about that. So Dave told Brianna that he would pay for lawyers if Zach's team were to sue her, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's scary.
Well, he has. So I didn't realize this because, no offense, Dave Portnoy, I did not know about you until recently. I'm so sorry.
Same.
I know Barstool, but I didn't realize that was him.
Mm-hmm.
You make very good Barstool pink vodka. Love it. But he like what I've heard is that he's an older person, and he's like talking about like drama with younger kids, and then Brianna, who's a girl, like she's the only girl to like have insight on certain things, but he usually doesn't listen to people, or he talks over people. So that's what I've heard. I obviously haven't watched any of his BFF podcasts or anything, or I haven't seen anything of him until watching this stuff to learn about it. But he was very, like, he was listening to Brianna. He was letting her have her time, like, telling her to take her time, like, was giving her everything she needed. And he didn't talk about it. Dave and the other co-host, I don't know who.
Josh Richards.
And Josh Richards didn't, like, talk about anything because Brianna asked them not to. Like, even though they saw a lot of stuff, because obviously Zach was there when she was doing the podcast.
Yes.
So, like, they didn't say anything to him, like, out of respect for her. So that was very nice. But Dave said he was going to, so while Brianna and Zach were dating, Dave said that he was going to quit the BFF podcast because he felt like he was too old, and he was talking about teen drama. And he's like around, I don't think he's Trisha Paytas' age, but he's like in his 30s or 40s. And he's talking about like
like a younger
generation.
Yeah.
And it's weird, he said. But it turns out that actually he couldn't talk about Zach out of respect for Brianna, like all the stuff he saw. So he decided that he was going to stay and talk about Zach now and let Brianna tell her story and tell what he's heard. Like, obviously talk to Brianna and say, like, if you don't like this, like, we'll cut it. But this is how I feel. And so, but he also wasn't doing it until Brianna decided if she would take the money or sign the DNA or the NDA, because Brianna was calling him and he's like, I understand it's a lot of money. He's like, and you want to do it for your family? He's like, I was whatever you decided I would be good for, because that's what made you and your family good. He's like, I never told you your decision. He's like, obviously she called me and asked for my opinion, but it was ultimately going to be her decision at the end of the day, which I like, because he totally could have been like, you don't need that person's money, like, I'll pay you double, like, whatever you need, but he wasn't. He was like...
He let her make her own choice.
Yeah, which is, I think, is nice. So, that was good. Dave Portnoy was very good in this situation, so good job, Dave. We love you right now. And then he also... did a diss track because Josh Richards had a diss track about Zach Bryan.
Like, they did it together, I think.
Well, yeah, but Josh Richards was the one that did it on Zach Bryan. Like, he wrote it and everything, but it was obviously through, like, probably Dave Portnoy's company. But I guess, what was it? You looked it up earlier. It was, like...
I think I wrote it. It's, like, in small letters, probably. It's, like,
diss track situation with Josh Richards.
exclusive deal.
Because Josh Richards had an exclusive deal. They had to remove the diss track, and Dave Portnoy had to do it.
Like,
and
fill in his own.
So Dave Portnoy had to make it his own. Like, he had to read the lyrics and rap, and I love Dave for this. But Dave, you should not quit your day job. You should not be a singer. But it was hilarious. It was very funny, and I love that he tried, and I love that he's trying to get this diss out there.
Yeah.
And honestly, go you for doing, like, obviously he knows it's not going to get picked up because it sounds good, but the fact that he even did it, I love that. Like, and Josh and, like, Dave, like, doing all this to support Brianna is I do love that, all the support for her, because I can't imagine what she's going through, and, like, obviously a lot of people were mad at her for, like, previous stuff that recently came out, and, like, her and Zach Bryan, like, breaking up, and people are like, well, we're still going to talk about it. But I think what she was saying when she meant, like, she didn't want people to talk about it, she was meaning that she wanted time to talk about it, to decide,
and then...
because obviously we did not know about this in this situation, what she was going through with the money and deciding. So, yeah, I don't think she was meaning it, like, don't talk about it because I'm better than you. She was saying it as, like, she didn't want to talk about it now.
She wasn't ready.
Deciding. Yeah. Because, I mean... $12 million decision right then and there to decide yes or no. Well, you know,
you can do a lot. You can do a lot.
Hey, sister, you literally have a microphone? Has it been off this whole time?
No, I've been turning it on and off. I swear.
If I go back and do the microphone for you, I'm going to cry.
Can you imagine?
I'm going to cry too.
And I swear... I spy with my something orange.
We didn't have a fun game because I'm a loser. So this one in the previous video we filmed doesn't have a fun game, but that's okay because we were talking about topics.
Yes, we were like nitty gritty in that. The little spongy part. I love that for you.
I hate that for us.
My bad.
I swear. I'm gonna
By
have
the
moon, star in the sky. You just had.
Not me turning off my mic to be polite. Now it's like, wait, I want some of that.
I'm so sorry, but a callback is not like you weren't polite with your turkeys flinging around on camera.
Oh yeah, my turkey, like. Anyways, guys.
If you haven't seen the P. Diddy episode,
Oh gosh.
check that out. But also check it out just for Sophia flinging around the turkey.
I was really in an aggressive mood that day.
It's so funny. I didn't even.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I like dissociate when things like that happen because I didn't even remember doing that.
So I had to tell them because I edit everything. So I saw it and I thought it was so funny. And I was like, oh, do you guys watch the videos? And Maddie's like, yeah, I do. Sophia's like, no, I don't watch them after we edit. So then I
cringe at myself.
I showed her and she goes, oh, wait, this happened? And I had to keep replaying it because it was so funny.
My facial expression, as soon as she's like swinging it, I look at her and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you can't even hold your laugh.
I had to turn away.
It wasn't enough that you were in a blonde wig, but you're also like...
I'm just pulling in her. Like, sorry for not being very demure. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
On that note.
On that note, final thoughts.
Honestly,
Good for her.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
props to her for like spreading the word.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story for this podcast episode, is that finally a woman won. Even though she didn't, she did because she's getting her story out.
Yep.
She didn't take the bribe,
she's not being silenced.
which is good because that's crazy that he's actually silencing women. Like, that's
Or
crazy.
trying to attempt to do
scary.
that.
Like how many?
That's what I want to know. I would literally want to know. I know they can't say anything because they signed an NDA, but I literally want to know how many women he's done this. And he's still
Right.
on Raya on dating apps.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, take your account down.
He should be banned.
Yeah.
Canceled, banned.
When you gonna turn on the comments on your Instagram? When you gonna turn those back on? Like, you know you in the wrong.
When your comments are silenced, you in the wrong and you can't take accountability.
Yes.
Were you silenced or silenced?
Ooh, silenced.
Definitely silenced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said I literally was silenced.
Oh.
Hey.
Silence or silence?
Or silenced.
Hear me out. Silence.
Oh. I never thought of it that way.
I hate us. This is why we have like 0 views.
I say shit like this and I'm like, man. I can't.
The turkey scene was immaculate. That's my favorite.
That's what I'm gonna post on Thanksgiving. Is just
You know, that's just going to be on the internet forever, and I have to remember that. There's no running away from that. Once that's gone, or that's on there, it's
Sorry,
on.
Did you want me to delete that?
No, it's okay.
It's okay if it makes
me
you feel any better.
screen
You even have a snort in one of our videos.
Oh, do I?
It's the Pinocchio one.
Oh, yes, I
And
remember
you
that.
like snort laugh, and I cut it.
Not me, like, posting that video to Instagram, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's because that's
Yeah.
what I sent to you.
It's so
Yeah.
cute. It's so demure.
Gabby texted us. Oh, sorry, I'll probably bleep that out. Your sister.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she's like, I love that snort from Sophia.
That's cute.
Love you, Pookie. You guys won't know which Pookie I'm talking about.
You know, all the bookies.
We gotta do bloopers.
We do at
Yeah.
the beginning of the episode.
We gotta do like a whole episode on just bloopers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, when we have like enough videos, we'll make like a funny moments montage or something.
I mean, I do something.
Natalie's
stupid
like, I'm not making that.
once every episode.
Y'all can do that one then.
I will gladly edit her eating turkey any
Oh
day.
my god.
I'll send that one. I'm literally
Gobble,
going to edit it and
gobble,
post it on Thanksgiving. I'm literally, as a short, I'm going to do it.
Do it.
I will.
I mean, even this episode, this thing went floop.
Oh, that's definitely getting.
But like a little.
When you're
thing
so
like
excited for Christmas.
Nope.
that. I bet you that was. I don't even know how I did that.
Okay.
It just was a magical scene.
Cut this all out.
No, I'm not. This is going to be our beginning episode.
Cut the cameras.
This is the beginning episode going.
Oh my god. Well, I try to be like demure about it too. I'm like,
But I saw it off the corner of my eye. I didn't even see the full thing. I just saw something fall and like it come off, and I saw your face go. I was like, Maddie, I saw that. I'm sorry, I had to call you out, sister.
Or I'll make a collage of how many times Maddie doesn't have the mic near her face.
Literally, last episode, I felt so bad because we were drawing, and Maddie had her mic down here. And I go, Madison, if you do not put the mic up. And then I initially, like, snapped back. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was so mean.
Maddie's just like,
She's like, no, I need to be called out because it would have been there the whole time. You're so nice. I literally was like, Madison, you better get the mic up
No,
there.
but it's true though. When I know it's gonna, when I know it's out of love, I can accept it.
But I felt so bad afterwards. I was like, I did not need to be that.
No,
heated
and I was
over it.
like zoned in too. I'm like, okay,
You're drawing your
we are
octopus.
clocked in.
I know, your cute little octopus.
Like I get
If you guys didn't watch that video, watch it now.
Oh yeah, she did not draw an octopus. She drew a dinosaur.
yes,
Sure.
Dina the dinosaur, that's
Yeah.
what she drew.
Mr. Producer. So hopefully that gets your attention.
He's clocked out asleep over there.
Oh, to be a man asleep. They have the best.
He's looking at me.
Oh,
Look how all of us look over there.
like, yo.
Okay, well, that's the end of this video.
Yes, it is.
So you can follow us on Instagram at
The 3_pookies.
Close.
the
underscore.
No.
The underscore.
Underscore Pookie Angels.
Oh, I was one word off.
Yeah,
You
Angel
said-
Pookies.
Angel cookies.
When I said it right before you two.
Why did we do this? We're so bad.
I know, now I'm finally getting it done because I've been traumatized. I'm like, me makes the name. Me also. Yo, what's the username again?
So you can follow us on Instagram at the 3_Pookie Angels, and you can follow us on Spotify where we post every Tuesday our episodes at Pookie Angels Podcast. We post every Monday on YouTube and every Tuesday on Spotify. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be notified of when we post our videos.
You know you want to hit the bell.
You know you want to hit the bell.
You want to touch it.
We post on Instagram every time we upload to YouTube, so stay tuned for those so that you can be the first person to see our videos.
And sometimes we post little clips, fun photos, little things like that.
Like a little hint.
Like a little, yeah.
Hint of what our video is
A
going
little
to be like.
tease.
A little tease, if you will.
Wink, wink.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.